Whilst there are no recorded cases of people committing murder just to have their wax statues added to the Chamber of Horrors, this doesn't mean that the Victorians did not have this exact same fear. Especially the residents of Baker Street were growing increasingly concerned as Madame Tussauds kept adding more and more murderers to her Chamber of Horrors. The culmination seemed to have been in 1849, when Tussauds added the statues of the notorious murderers George and Maria Manning. It appears the satirical magazine Punch, who frequently took a jab at Tussauds' practices, received quite a few letters from their readers pleading for help, as people believed that the Wax Museum tainted the Baker Street neighborhood and endangered its inhabitants. This actually ties in with a bigger debate which started in the late 1830s, which centered around the popular culture which glorified criminality. Most notably, the upper and middle classes voiced their concerns about cheap penny literature aimed at the lower classes, which glorified highwaymen, criminals, and murderers. The original Sweeney Todd story, for example, was amongst these. When in the 1860s these publications began to cater towards juveniles, they actually began to appear in juvenile trials, as testimony on where the child could have gotten the idea to, for example, steal from his employer. So, while Madame Tussauds didn't quite instigate murders on its own, there was definitely a fear that it would.